In story mode, you're playing the game for fun. Work together to solve the crime and play the story you want to see.
Any cars in the vicinity of 535 Meeker, 1031, possible hostage situation. Extreme caution advised. Suspect description matches the trapper.
You ready for this?
Of course I'm ready.
Nice and easy. Textbook college. What's the play?
Vote for choices by moving your pointer inside the box.
It doesn't feel right. Let's scope it out.
Split up.
I'll take the door around back.
Windows mine.
Stealth mode. I'll see you in there.
Use your pointer to hit the target before the timer runs out.
Tom!
Hands up now!
To shoot, move your pointer onto the target. Think before you shoot. You do not have to open fire.
Hands behind your head, no sudden moves.
I will shoot.
Don't shoot!
Hey! Don't test my aim, fucker!
I am not gonna hurt her!
Please help me, please get me out of here. Hey. Hey. Easy. Easy now. Let's just take this nice and slow. It's not worth it. It's over.
The hunt for the Trapper came to a dramatic end tonight as police from the 3rd Precinct arrested their primary suspect, Jonathan Finn. Finn is wanted in connection with a string of grisly murders that has gripped the city and claimed the lives of first response police officers. More on this story as it develops.
Ladies and gentlemen, the accused, Jonathan Finn, is guilty. Of that, there is no doubt. Your job is simply to determine how he is punished. This man, the so-called Trapper Killer, has terrorized our community with his brutal murder spree. Booby-trapping his victims so our brave first responders became victims themselves. These innocent people were targeted for no other reason than to play out Jonathan Finn's sick game. Jonathan Finn has confessed to every single one of these crimes. I ask that the court consider Jonathan Finn's voluntary confession of his crimes. He has spared the victims' families a prolonged trial, and in doing so, has demonstrated a glimmer of remorse. Therefore, it is my recommendation that Jonathan Finn be spared the death penalty and instead sentenced to life in prison with no possibility of parole. Thank you.
Jonathan Finn, you have committed crimes of such a depraved nature that this court has no alternative but to sentence you to death by lethal injection. This court is adjourned.
Tap the logbook button on your app to read plot updates, view character biographies, and check the major ripple events affecting your story.
I am Ray Weaver, and this is The Crawl. Let's kick it off tonight with our very own homegrown villain, Johnny Finn, the Trapper. Sucker's been on death row for 5 whole years. Mr. Trapper's only got 48 hours left on our big blue marble, so I thought, hey, did you know one of the victims? Phones are open. Caller 1, you're on.
Hey, so, well, yeah, man. I mean, in my point of view, like, they can't fry this son of a bitch hard enough, you know? So he got messed up as a kid. That's no excuse to take it out on our finest boys in blue.
I hear you, but it ain't like our cops got the finest reputation, you know? Look at Marnie, for one. Promotion to homicide, medal, the works. This gal's on top of the world, and guess what? Turns out she's dirtier than the rest of us down here in the mud. Mishandling evidence, improper conduct, who knows what else?
Damn. Guess you never know who's one of the good ones.
Good morning, everyone. Caught another pair of John Does this weekend. We're quickly racking up red names on this board, and I gotta tell you, unsolved cases don't exactly uphold the reputation we've built here at this precinct.
Just put Marnie the Magician on the case. I hear she's got a knack for making things disappear.
Son of a bitch.
Detective Calvary, I pretend you didn't just say that. You're dismissed.
him.
Calvary?
Everyone knows he only reported you because you're the biggest target.
Glad to know my accomplishments have earned me something.
You doing okay?
I'd be doing a lot better if Calvary would take a short walk off a tall building.
Hey, just promise me you won't do anything. Don't give IA anything to work with. At least while the inquiry's still open.
Gee, thanks, Mom.
Detective Marnie, can we have a word in my office? Look, Marnie, I'm not supposed to comment on an ongoing internal affairs investigation, but if it starts affecting my best detective...
I'm sorry, sir.
Hey, don't apologize. You're a good cop. I have no doubt you didn't do anything to compromise the crime scene intentionally. The facts will speak for themselves.
Thank you for believing in me, sir.
You know, it sometimes feels like we don't have a choice in these things, but you do. You got me?
Yes, of course.
I want to believe that. But I know the trapper's set for execution in 48 hours. It's a heavy load. Knowing you sent someone to death row, I don't want you to be distracted.
Knowing Jonathan Finn's about to make his exit is what gets me up in the morning, sir.
Better than a cup of coffee.
Got your message. Heading to see your client now.
Sorry I couldn't make it back to town.
I'm not crazy about meeting Finn without his attorney present.
I know. Thank you for talking to him so quickly.
Well, he doesn't have much time left, does he?
No, he doesn't.
You want to give me a little preview?
He can be kind of a tough nut to crack. Be strategic.
Great. Any tips?
You need to get him to talk about Adam Jones.
Who's Adam Jones?
Better you hear it from him. You got a plan?
I know how to get what I need. Call you after. Your attorney says you've got something you want to share with me? You've got 5 minutes. Piss around and I'm out of here.
Miss Graves, I did not kill anybody. I used to blame God for what happened.
At Las Palmas? The orphanage?
We were just kids. We trusted them. But I've forgiven them now. God teaches us to forgive.
You can't forgive your abusers once you've put them in the ground. Forgiveness doesn't work like that.
I didn't kill anyone!
Finn, calm down.
Calm? I'm about to fucking die! And nobody will know the truth.
What do you mean? What truth?
I'm gonna die a liar. A dirty, sinning liar.
Truth about what?
The confession, the murders, everything!
Oh, so now you didn't kill them? The chaplain, the orderly? Then who did? Adam Jones?
Adam was my friend at the orphanage. Things we'd been through together, who could blame him for killing them?
I'm listening, but you have to give me more to go on.
Adam and I, we've seen some shit together. Makes you close. Adam escaped, and I found drugs. I was high from the moment I got out of there. And a couple of years later, a couple of centuries, hell if I know, Adam tracks me down online. And he keeps writing me and bringing up all that old shit from the orphanage. He says he knows exactly how to make him pay. So we made an arrangement. I rat myself out, I take the heat off him, spend a couple of months in the clink, and then wham! Trapper strikes again. Can't be me, 'cause I'm in here. Makes sense, right?
Pretty convenient.
Convenient? Convenient is Father Raminsky running an orphanage. Fox in a henhouse. You have no idea what it was like in there. The playroom. Well, that's what he called it, but I think he was the only one who was having any fun in there. Cops never found it?
No.
Well, you can go see for yourself.
I'm not even sure if the orphanage is still standing. So where is he?
Adam? Now? No idea.
How can we find him? Got to start someplace.
I got a place.
Where?
It's not, It's better if I draw you a map.
You gonna draw me a treasure map?
All I can do is point you in the right direction, but,
Nope. You got words. Use them.
I kinda need to show you myself, you know?
So let's say you're telling the truth. You don't know where he is now. Sounds to me like he's left you high and dry.
I know what Adam's like. The kind of places he hangs around.
Settle down.
We could go together. Check it out.
You gotta give me more than that, or you ain't going nowhere.
I can't take it! I'm not supposed to be here! It's not supposed to go like this!
Finn! Stop it!
This is insane. Adam told me this wouldn't happen. He told me I'd be out by now. He promised!
If this is all true, I will make sure you don't die a liar, okay? I will look into Adam Jones. If he's out there, I'll find him.
How'd it go?
How do you think?
I got a report back on Adam Jones. He was at Las Palmas same time as my client, but he died in the same fire that closed it for good.
Look, I know where you're going with this, and it's not gonna work. There's no way they're letting Finn out. It's too flimsy.
I know. That's not what I'm after.
Then why bring me out here?
If you tell the judge about Adam Jones, maybe he'll grant Finn a temporary release and help the cops track down Jones.
Lana, it's too late.
It could lead to an appeal.
All we're doing is delaying the inevitable.
Adam Jones is reasonable doubt, Felicity.
I never wanted the death sentence, but I just don't think this is enough to stop it from happening.
Finn is not a good man, but he is not the Trapper. And if he dies, the Trapper is still out there.
Yeah. You're right. Let's take it to Judge Vanstone, see what happens.
Thank you, Felicity.
Don't thank me yet. Thank you so much for seeing me so quickly.
Miss Petty already filled me in on this whole Adam Jones business.
Yes, sir. I just spoke with Mr. Finn.
Now, in my experience, you light a candle under a man's ass, you can fly a balloon out of his mouth.
Sir?
Are you buying his story?
The timing is certainly convenient, but I think he's telling the truth. Or at least some version of it. So far it adds up.
Has anyone spoken to Jones?
He's been presumed dead for years.
That's quite a stretch, don't you think? Well, even if Jones exists, how can you be sure Finn can track him down?
There's no way to know unless we try, sir.
You're full of surprises, Miss Graves. Well, if you were in my position, what would you do?
help us. If you grant Finn a single-day release under armed guard, we may save an innocent man from wrongful execution.
I see. All right, Miss Graves. I'm going to grant Jonathan Finn a temporary release into police custody. But only for 3 hours, no more.
Thank you. Hey, Lana, you're not gonna believe this.
He actually went for it?
Surprised the heck out of me.
Wow. Nice work, Felicity.
Don't call me that. I'm gonna head over to Homicide and let him know.
Good call. And Felicity, thank you.
Don't thank me yet.
Outrageous. Case against Finn was air goddamn tight. Nailed him with a hostage, for Christ's sake. Had to be one hell of a tale for you to go and spin the judge's head around.
I'm just doing my job, Detective Calvary. I try not to miss things that might be important. I know that's sort of a foreign concept around here.
I'm not gonna punch a DA. Not a lady one, at least.
Who exactly was Adam Jones? Did he come up at all during the investigation?
Uh-huh. There was an Adam Jones at the orphanage. But you know what? Sorry fucker was killed in the fire that shut the place down. So the story kinda ends there.
Finn's got impeccable timing. You don't think he's full of it?
I think there's something there. Judge thinks so too. He's granting a temporary release into police custody to help find Adam Jones. Finn tells me Rominsky had a secret room at the orphanage. Called it the playroom. It's where he held his extracurricular activities. Does that sound familiar?
I'd remember something like that. That didn't come out in the report.
I was wondering, Mr. Hillary, so when you analyzed the bodies of the Trapper's victims, did you find anything that might suggest there could be another suspect?
Gosh, that was 5 years ago. I don't think so.
So no reason to suspect anyone but Finn?
I do recall only, submitting a partial analysis of the evidence because Mr. Finn confessed, so it seemed open and shut.
So there was more evidence left to analyze?
Well, yeah, trace signatures.
Do you have access to all that data?
Now just hold on a goddamn second. How can you even entertain the idea of letting this scumbag out of his cell? Finn had motive. He went through hell at Las Palmas. He hated the police. We even found his hair at another crime scene.
The RV park, right? That was the social worker? And, Detective Marnie, would you mind walking me through that night again?
I'll walk you through it in 2 words. Missed opportunity. Could have had Finn in handcuffs right then and there.
I didn't ask for a running commentary, Calvary. I think the record is clear. Detective Marnie showed extreme bravery in a difficult situation. If you don't mind, I'd like to hear what happened from you. At least you were actually there.
Sure. Catherine Hope was a social worker at Las Palmas Orphanage. We didn't know Finn had her. We got a 10-8 at Hog Haven Trailer Park out by the highway. A break-in in progress. I was closest to the scene, so I went solo. Should have been a piece of cake, but that night everyone was on pins and needles because the Trapper was raising Cain. And any one of us could have been next. This is 609 on the CFBIP. Open exit on the highway. No perp. I'm gonna make an entry to the trailer.
609 acknowledged. Caution advised.
Search for the clues shown at the top of the screen. Use your pointer to highlight the clues before the timer runs out. Some of these clues could help you in the future, so try to find them all.
Help me. Please.
Okay. Just keep quiet. Who did this to you?
I was in the bar. I don't know. I woke up here. Oh God, please help me, please. What's happening?
Okay, I'm gonna remove the timer. Oh, crap.
Oh God! Oh my God, get me out of there!
Okay, shh, calm down, please.
Hurry! Oh God!
Oh, shit. Well, at least we only had one casualty that night.
Not that it did a lot of good. Social worker was killed in a hit and run a few weeks later.
It wasn't the kind of thing I'm eager to repeat.
Finn must have seen you coming. Cut out before finishing the job.
Yeah, split so quick he left his gear behind.
It was very brave of you to go in there alone.
I was, just doing my job.
And, how did you link Finn to the scene?
I discovered that Mr. Finn had left a hair at the scene. We ran the DNA through our criminal database, and he came up as the match.
He was already in the system.
Finn had been in and out of the station so many times he practically had a door with his name on it. When we got the tip that he'd been spotted at a squat, we just happened to be driving by.
Shit just seems to fall in your lap, Detective.
At least I caught him, dick.
Uh-oh. Mama Bear's got a temper. Watch out.
I'm sorry, Detective, but your attitude is not helping.
I'm sorry. Last I checked, this was my case. And I got my guy convicted. Who the fuck are you to question my competency?
I'm a district attorney. Are you finished?
The Trapper case shook everyone up. I think we've poured enough salt in all our own wounds for one night.
Sergeant.
I think that about covers it. Or anything else we can help you with?
All right, I've heard enough. Thank you, everyone, for hearing me out.
And thank you for eating up our entire afternoon with this shit.
Hey, Graves.
Yeah?
I just wanted to say that...
Calvary's a dick.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. You were really helpful. Oh, hey, what are you doing tonight?
What?
I've got a huge stack of files at my apartment. Not gonna be able to get through it on my own.
Okay, sure. I can help you with that.
Perfect. Call me. A rat trap? Huh.
Yep. Found one at each of his crime scenes. Some kind of messed up calling card.
I had no idea.
We managed to keep it out of the press. Target number 1, Rupert Walsh, the Undertaker. After he killed him, the trapper rigged a shotgun to the motel door, and the officer who got the call took it in the chest. Simple, but messy. Not a guarantee he killed the responder.
Was there anything more on the victim? I mean, he's the only one without a connection to Las Palmas, just a local gin hound.
Finn called it a dry run with a wet noodle. I guess that was his idea of some kind of sick joke. But then again, if he's not the trapper, God damn it. This case is just the gift that keeps on giving.
Ricky, do you want to take a break?
Oh, I'm sorry, it's just, this was all ancient history. And staring at these files again, Finn's execution coming up, I don't know, it's been hard to sleep with this shit just running through my head.
Well, the good news is it'll all be over before you know it.
Yeah, you're right. Second target, nasty piece of work.
Oh, this is the one that would beat the kids till you couldn't recognize them.
LeMay. Orderly at Las Palmas. A couple years before the orphanage, narcotics had a file on him a mile wide.
But they couldn't get anything to stick.
Slippery son of a bitch. The trapper left his body in a pitch-black room, rigged a light fixture with C4. The cop who showed up flipped the light switch and let there be light.
He's definitely elevating here. I mean, his first real kill, more sophisticated, but he wasn't satisfied.
Third target, Father Rominsky, leader of the pack. Chaplain at Las Palmas and the man behind the abuse.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. The trapper knocked him out, cut him open, and rigged him up with explosives to blow if he moved. We got a tape of the whole thing a few days later. The sick fucker made Rominsky kneel in prayer for hours, confessing his sins. When he got what he wanted, he called Sergeant Teller.
Did you know the other 2 cops?
That was my precinct.
So, all 3 of them, and you, a first responder in the botched attempt, all from the 3rd precinct?
The murders were in our district.
How well did you know the other 2? I mean, how well did you know the other first responders?
Enough to know that I didn't like them much. I got out of there as soon as possible.
What if the first victims in each incident were just a smokescreen, and the real target was the 3rd precinct?
Interesting.
Yeah?
These 3 cops, they weren't exactly best of the boys in blue.
How so?
3rd precinct had problems. Of chemical variety.
They were using?
Yeah, and then some.
I'm surprised this never came up in the investigation.
I'm not. Anyways, you might have something.
What's up with you and Calvary?
No, there's a guy who's got it coming.
You couldn't even cut that tension with a chainsaw. All I ever wanted was to get out of this shithole and join the FBI.
As soon as I finally grow the stones to apply for training, guess what that piece of shit does?
No.
Yeah, Calvary just had to stick his nose in it.
What did he do?
He says that I misplaced evidence.
Ouch.
And now there's even a full-blown inquiry. Even when they come up with nothing, it's still an inquiry. It means not above suspicion, and the FBI doesn't want people who are not above suspicion.
That's some hard luck, Becky.
Hard luck. My father was a hero in the department. My first week on the beat, he eats his gun. That's hard luck. You haven't heard the things that they say about me. Every time I walk into a room, I can feel it. I'm a joke to half of these people.
No, I'm sure that's not true, Becky.
There's no use in denying it. I'm supposed to be crazy, right? Like father, like daughter.
Becky, you're a good cop. Okay, I'm sure everything's going to work out.
Yeah, I wish I could believe that.
This is 125 at the 1016. Make an entry.
125 acknowledged. Caution advised.
This is the police. Anyone here? Oh, dear God. Sir, can you hear me?
Hey, what's going on?
We got a problem.
What?
Victim's a cop.
What? What happened?
I'm still trying to put that together. Call came in and there was a body. Responder showed up, body was rigged. Trapper style.
Police? Who? How?
It's cavalry.
What? No, that doesn't That's ridiculous.
They're still sorting through the mess. Becky.
Oh my God.
Excuse me, would you please stay clear of my working area? Thank you.
From what we can piece together, it seems like Calvary brought a prostitute.
God.
Brought her back here where, you know.
Track her down?
Only got a partial description. 20s, brunette.
Great.
Calvary put a whole clip in that wall, then hit one thing. Only blood here's his. And Officer Montesinos.
The responder?
Calvary's body was rigged. Traps.
Fuck. That's a whole clip. If someone cut his throat from behind, then why would he fire this way? And if they did it from the front, Why would he miss? Oh, God. It's really him.
Anything?
Nothing useful.
Beck, I'm sorry, but I have to ask you this. Where were you last night?
I spent the night, or the evening, with Felicity Graves. Going over files.
All night?
Yeah? So?
Shit.
What?
You need to be very, very careful how you handle this.
Why?
You gotta make sure you account for all your whereabouts. Everyone knows how you and Calvary felt about each other.
Tom.
You have to be careful.
Do you really think I could do something like this? Listen to yourself!
I'm not accusing you.
Oh no, but it's the first thing that pops up in there.
You can't blow up. You know what this looks like. Be smart!
This isn't happening.
I wish it wasn't.
I hated that fucker, but I would never do something like this.
I believe you.
You shouldn't have to believe me.
That's the end of part 1. Check the logbook, fix yourself a drink, and hit the box when you're ready to move on. And now, part 2 of Hidden Agenda.
Hey, Simon, how you holding up?
Hanging in there.
A lot of extra work whenever there's a freak on the loose, I guess.
Okay, guys, settle down. Listen up. Hey, listen up. We lost a cop today. Another one won't be returning to active duty. And it could have been even worse. I know it's going to be tough on all of us. No one here ever thought we'd see the day that Jack Calvary went down for the count. Well, let's be blunt, he wasn't the kind to catch his flies with sugar. But he was one of us. And this atrocity cannot stand.
And what about the bomb, sir? Was it intended to kill us?
We got lucky. The blast exploded outward from the bodies, so when Hillary moved Calvary, the bulk of the force hit the wall.
I'm grateful I still have my hands.
Yeah, me too. Montesino's not so lucky.
So you really think this is the Trapper?
Could be this Adam character. Could be the hooker. Until we have reason to believe otherwise, we are treating this as a Trapper copycat. It's entirely possible that Jonathan Finn is somehow pulling the strings from behind bars. We have District Attorney Felicity Graves here to help with the investigation. She is familiar with the Trapper's MO. She's here to help. Please extend her every courtesy. One more thing. District Attorney Felicity Graves has negotiated to have Jonathan Finn temporarily released into our custody.
Ah, come on. You believe this?
Hey, I think this might be a valuable lead, and I'm going to follow it through. Anyone has a problem with that, you know where my office is. Detective Marney, I'm going to need you to look into Calvary's old Trapper case files. We're looking for links here, anything we could have missed.
Yeah, sure. Got it.
Okay, time to get moving. Just remember, Jack Calvary is watching from whatever shithole he ended up in. Let's do him proud.
Hi.
Miss Graves.
How you holding up?
I don't know. It's just like shit on shit. I can't get a break. Everyone thinks I'm crazy.
Hey, don't stress out any more than you need to. You do have an alibi, remember? For last night? They're getting ready to move Finn for his little field trip. I'd like for you to join us.
So would I. If I can get out of the dungeon. So I've been going over it in my head.
What?
You needed an alibi for me at the crime scene. Do you really believe that I had something to do with this?
Becky.
I asked you a question.
Will you let me through, please?
I'm your partner. We have to be honest with each other.
Honest? Fine. Here's honest. Everybody knows about this beef between you and Calvary. Some of these guys, they don't think you're all there. You've got to start watching out for yourself.
Tom, you're accusing me of murdering a fellow officer.
You had motive. I'm just doing my job.
You're my partner, Tom.
How can I forget?
We're supposed to be on the same side here.
I'm not on your side because I'm your partner. I'm on your side because I'm your friend. And you got more around here than you realize. Why do you think Riggs put you on case review?
He just wants me out of the way.
Maybe. Or maybe he thinks you'll actually find something.
Adam Jones was definitely at Las Palmas, same time as Finn. Allegedly died in the fire that shut the place down. Now, according to Finn, Jones grew up to be the Trapper, but how can that be possible? Doesn't make sense. Back to the beginning. The Undertaker. The one target Finn had no clear motive to kill. No apparent connection to Las Palmas Widow claimed to have no idea why Finn would want to kill her husband. Maybe 5 years have given her a fresh perspective. I'm gonna go see if she wants to be chatty.
Yes?
Miss Johnson?
What do you want?
I'd like to speak to you about your husband.
What are you, a cop? I ain't got nothing to say to you.
Yes, ma'am. I'm a detective. I'd like to ask you a couple of questions about your husband.
Yeah? Where was y'all when I called at 2 in the morning to get him to stop hitting me? Where was the cops then? Now you got a lot of questions for me. Maybe now I ain't got time for you. All right. You gonna tell me exactly what it is you want to know?
Well, I'm very sorry to hear that your husband treated you like that. Sounds like he had it coming one way or another.
Yeah, one way or another. That all you wanted?
I'd like to know if, your husband ever used the services of a call girl.
What are you kidding? He suck his pecker in everything from high-priced spreads to gutter cleaners. I gave up keeping score.
Ma'am, have you ever heard of anyone by the name of Adam Jones?
A kid named Adam used to help my husband out sometimes before he lost his undertaking job, but that was a long time ago.
Could this be him? Maybe just grown up a bit?
Well, yeah, could be. Yeah.
Are you sure? Take a good look.
Yep. I say that's him.
Well, thank you for your time, Miss Johnson. This is 609, in pursuit of an unknown suspect. Average height, dark hoodie. Marnie.
Headed to a house at 22 Huffman Road. Meet you there?
Yeah.
Is everything okay?
It looks like Adam Jones may have actually worked for the Undertaker.
Wow.
Far as I can tell, it seems to be after he supposedly died in that fire.
That's huge. So he's real.
There's more. Someone was on my tail.
What? Are you okay?
Yeah, but they bolted the second I made them.
It could have been nothing. It's not exactly the nicest part of town.
Maybe. I'll see you at the house.
Do me a favor and just make sure he doesn't try anything.
Oh, he can certainly try. Don't get any ideas.
It's good to see you again.
How are your bracelets?
Well, I can't feel my fingers, if that's what you're asking. You gonna help me out or what?
Here.
Thanks.
So is this where Adam came after the orphanage?
This is where Adam grew up.
All clear. Couple squatter nests, but looks like they split.
All right, give us 5. Start the tour, boss.
Right this way. This room, right in here. This is where Adam slept when he ran away.
Nobody's been here for years, Finn.
Well, I didn't say he'd be here to greet us.
So you're saying that this is his, not some squatters?
Squatters wouldn't dare.
What is all this?
Adam's pop was a pest control man.
You don't say.
He was a pretty good one, too.
Traps, of course.
The one thing Adam got from his dad was a knack for killing vermin.
Detective Marnie, Sarge says it's time to wrap it up.
We found something. Just need a couple more minutes.
How did Adam end up at the orphanage?
Well, Adam's pop would get so blasted he couldn't see a hole in a ladder. Beat his wife senseless if she gave him one crooked look. One night, she loaded up his double-aught, took his head clean off, right in front of Adam.
Trapper's first target, he beat his wife too. The Undertaker. Another drunk.
Judge put her away for life. No parole, no visits from her kid. Guess it don't matter that if she hadn't picked up that shotgun, Pops would have killed them both sooner or later anyway. That's our justice system for you, right?
Murder's murder, it wasn't self-defense.
Maybe how you see it.
Doesn't mean she had the right to kill.
So yeah, Adam was shipped off to Las Palmas. Out of the frying pan into the fire, huh? You wouldn't believe what they did to us in there. Raminsky and that piece of shit orderly. And you know, we tried to fight him the way you're supposed to fight him. We called the cops. 3rd Precinct. And nobody did a goddamn thing. Not even our own social worker. So once Adam got out of that hellhole, he figured out his own way to make them all pay. Those cops? He knew their beat. He timed every murder to the minute. He knew exactly who'd get the call and exactly what was waiting for him. Cops failed, parents failed, system failed. What would you do? You took out the people who hurt us.
If I've been hurt like Adam, yeah. I'd want them to pay.
Yeah? You know, I used to think maybe Adam's the only one who can see the world for what it truly is. See past all the bullshit. The evil deeds that lie in the hearts of men. But now I know only God has that gift. Thanks for hearing me out. After all this time, it's nice to tell my side of it.
Sure. Call anytime.
There is something else.
Yeah?
The hostage. When you picked me up. Daniela Cardenas. Well, Daniela and her sister Izzy were with us at Las Palmas. We went through the same shit. Izzy never got over it. OD'd a couple of years later. Adam knew that Daniela would do anything to see Raminsky pay.
Son of a bitch.
My God. The hostage was in on it.
This is Officer 609.
10-4.
We're gonna need an APB on a new suspect. Daniela Cardenas. I repeat, we need an immediate APB. Cardenas was not a hostage in the Trapper case. She was a co-conspirator.
Center copy.
I'm gonna call Simon Hillary. If Daniela's sister passed through the morgue, he might be able to dig up the case. You gonna be all right?
Go.
Hey. Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure.
You still think I'm making all this up?
Less and less. But without proof that Adam's still running around.
I can get you proof.
No, you can't.
You're right. Not like this, I can't.
You're nuts.
Look, he's never gonna show his face while I'm on a leash. But on my own, I can draw him out, serve him right up on a silver platter.
Even if you're right, Judge Vanstone wouldn't go for it in a million years.
What if I were a wire? Then you could keep tabs on me.
No.
But it could work.
No. You're on death row. Did you forget that?
For crimes I didn't commit. Did you forget that? Look, there's, something I may have neglected to mention.
Oh, please, enlighten me.
Adam told me that if I were to ever find myself free of incarceration, he'd reach out immediately.
Is that so?
You could make it look like I overpowered you. No one would have to know.
I cannot believe you're actually proposing this.
Yes, you can, because you know it's the only way to catch him. Look at me. I could take you out in a second. Police would buy it. We can make it look real.
Prisoner 75422 is requested to be returned to custody immediately.
This is Officer 732 receiving request. Please stand by for confirmation.
How would you even find him?
I got strings I can pull. I can find him. You just gotta let me.
Do it.
Becky? Hey! Time to wrap it up. Becky. Oh, shit. We need help up here! Now!
The notorious serial killer known as the Trapper has escaped from prison just days before he was to face the final curtain for his crimes. Jonathan Finn was responsible for the deaths of numerous first responders during a reign of fear 5 years ago. Officials warn that Finn is dangerous and any sighting should be immediately reported to the authorities.
All right, I want to know what happened. I want to know now.
You weren't in the room with him. He's a big guy. I doubt you could have done any better. And why didn't anyone see him leave?
Becky, don't even try. This one's on you.
Well, this is a goddamn mess, but we are gonna stay focused, and we are gonna get this son of a bitch back in custody. Tom, what's the status?
U.S. Marshals are initiating a manhunt as we speak.
Okay, get out there and help them. Anything they need. Becky, until we catch a break, I'm gonna need you working the case files.
Sir, I think I could be a lot more effective out in the field.
Becky, why don't you just stick with the case files?
Tom.
I will handle this.
So. What the hell's going on with your partner?
I think she's in over her head, making mistakes. I don't know what's going on in Marnie's head anymore.
Do you trust her?
I don't know.
Keep an eye out.
If these killings are connected to the Las Palmas orphanage, Father Rominsky is at the center of it. It's just too bad that the rest of the clergy took a vow of silence the minute things started to get hairy for him. But Finn told Felicity that Rominsky had some kind of secret room at the orphanage. Couldn't find any reference to this in the police records. I guess it's time for me to head over to Las Palmas and take another look. Oh, hello, ladies. Looks like Father Rominsky was a regular customer. Fits the pattern. Whoa.
Hey, how's it going? Anything at Las Palmas?
Finn was telling the truth. I found Rominsky's playroom.
Interesting.
Nothing fun about it. And it seems like the father had a thing for call girls.
Same as Calvary.
Plot thickens. All right, headed back.
Detective Marnie?
On my way to see Simon Hillary.
At his house? After hours?
Yeah. I'm really starting to think there's a connection here with the prostitutes and the Trapper killings. Hillary might have some forensic evidence we've overlooked.
Go easy on him, all right? He's pretty shook up from the fireworks this morning.
It's just a few questions. It's no big deal.
Detective Marnie. Hello.
I'm sorry to bother you at home.
Please. Come in. I can't believe how close I was to... I can't even say it yet.
You got lucky.
You're telling me. Just another split second and... My God.
Don't dwell on it. You're alive, that's the important thing.
Yes. Of course.
Do you remember Las Palmas?
The orphanage, the case from a few years ago. Unspeakable.
Yeah. Yeah, we're doing some digging. The father there, Rominsky, seems to have a thing for the ladies of the night, which is starting to feel just like the Calvary case. And Walsh, the undertaker. Hooker, same thing. Night of his death. That's just too many hookers to be a coincidence.
Huh?
Unless every single man in this town is a John.
Well.
I'm working on a new theory. It's just a sketch, but I think you can help me.
All right.
Was there anything you found that might point to the killer being a woman?
Well, there was trace evidence. Yes, it's possible, certainly.
Is that data still available?
Of course, the records were archived when Finn confessed.
Are you all right?
Sorry? It's this morning. I'm still a little shaken up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Back in 2012, when we took down Finn, he had a hostage, Daniela Cardenas.
I remember. She, relevant?
I don't know. I just had a feeling out of a hunch.
Anything more specific?
No, not yet.
I see.
It's probably nothing.
I see.
I don't know. Something's fishy. It's like we've got all these tidy little puzzle pieces, but the picture on the box makes no sense. Feeling like there's a lot more to this than just Jonathan Finn, you know?
I'm not sure I do, Detective.
And now, the Calvary murder, maybe Finn's still a part of it, but what if someone else is pulling the strings?
I'm suddenly feeling very unsafe again.
Daniela's another puzzle piece. A small one, but important. Finn's Adam Jones apparently survived the orphanage fire. Worked for the Undertaker, Trapper's first Vic. The widow even identified him from a picture.
I'm sorry. I am still feeling very foggy after the explosion. Sorry, just a moment. I'll get that all cleaned up. My apologies. I'm still a little scattered.
Don't worry about it. Here, let me help you. All right. I've taken up way too much of your time.
It's no bother. Really.
Oh, I know that you didn't get to finish your evaluation at the crime scene. Is there anything that you may have missed?
Well, I don't think so, but this was no typical attack. Whoever Calvary was with, he probably knew them.
Thank you for your time. Okay, that was odd. Simon basically freaked out. And that hoodie. Was he following me at the widow's house? My gut says that he's mixed up with this somehow. Time to do some digging. Oh my God. 8:23 p.m., revisiting the crime scene of Detective Jack Calvary's murder. Gonna have a closer look at the bedroom first. It's not that big of a place, but I always have to wonder if the forensic team missed something. Ugh. Bloody mess. Marks spread outward on the headboard from the origin of the blast. Explosion was highly directional. If Simon did know about the bomb, it's possible he could have avoided serious injury. Forensics confirmed that the bullets were fired from Calvary's gun. But why? Hey. Now what is that? Son of a bitch. Gotcha. Okay, now this is just... Huh. Okay, now who's this? Oh my god. That's from the Widows. Dollars to donuts, that's the same hoodie I saw drying over Simon's washing machine. Shit. Wow. Well, I never thought I'd say this, but thank God Calvary was one perverted piece of shit. This is huge. Contacts.
Who would you like to call?
Felicity Graves.
Calling Felicity Graves.
Hey, Felicity?
Hi, Becky, what's up?
Can you meet up? I want to go over some evidence.
Yeah, of course. Temple Bar?
Great.
Okay, that's the end of part 2. Hit the box when you're ready to move on.